Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe in chronological order, and now I'm into the comic books. We're going to talk about the Obi-Wan Qui-Gon, or Qui-Gon Obi-Wan comic books. And the first one I want to talk about is written by Mike Kennedy. It's called the Orient Express, and it's only a 2-issue series. Reading this, it doesn't feel like, after you've been reading in chronological order, sure, Obi-Wan is older, but this, Jude Watson, she feels like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's relationship. Anything outside of that, just because I've been reading that for so long, feels different, feels awkward. You know, and it's just a little mini adventure where they go to this planet that has really no lawmen, I guess, so they enlist the Jedi to help out, where the Orient Express, this star cruiser, is slowly losing altitude and may crash, but doesn't, and they can't get in touch with the crew, and they don't know if the crew knows this or not. So it just starts off where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon dive on in, you know, do what's it called, skydiving. I won't tell you how long it took me to think about that. But anyway, they skydive onto the train, break on in. Of course, the crew does not, they don't have any idea they're being, slowly crashing to the ground. And there's wheels within wheels of deception here that they have to figure out within the 2 issues. One, there's a Given who is working for some pirates, and he put what he thought was a fake bomb, but there's actually a real bomb. He didn't even know that there was a real threat going on. He thought he was going to fake a threat and have everyone leave the Express and then have pirates come in and steal. Then, of course, his boss turns out to be in on it too, who knows a little bit more, and there is a bomb on the Orient Express that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan must now find. And then there is another rich lady who's on this express. Her husband owns the ship and everything, and she wants him dead. So she also has the same type of bomb, and they know. And when she hears about the Jedi's, problem, she goes, "Oh my gosh, I have a bomb too." So then there's 2 bombs, but the Jedi don't realize that until way later. And so she's hoping to have the ship go off when it reaches the harbor because her husband's going to be there. Now she's going to escape and just have him blow up and then inherit all of his riches. And she's with a younger alien, big muscular guy who is just there for the money. He calls her a cash cow at one point, and then she goes, "What'd you call me?" He went, "Hash brown, my little hash brown." I don't know. That was kind of weird. But overall, I mean, they do figure everything out. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan do. And then the adventure's over before you know it. And a little twist, when you thought someone was going to die, they didn't. And then in the background, this is kind of funny at the end, the ship does blow up. They're off of it now, and I'm guessing everyone else got off safely. I mean, it does say they evacuated all the passengers, but what if there was someone else? It's like they're walking away, and in the background, up in the sky, the ship's just blowing apart. They're like, haha, what another adventure. I'm like, what a weird, it's a weird comic. I don't know if I would recommend it. I mean, it's not awful, but it's just weird. And again, reading Jude Watson for so long, it doesn't feel like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Now, the second one I read is a 3-part issue series written by Ryder Wenham called Last Stand on Ord Mantele. Basically, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, it begins where there is this queen or, supreme counselor or whatever from this planet Vima, I believe. And the Baroness, that's what her title is, the Baroness, and she wants to join the Republic. Why? She's rich, she's powerful. Why would she want the Republic? Well, something she wants in return, they just don't know what. But she doesn't want Jedi protection when she lands in Coruscant. She should get it because there's an assassination attempt on her life. And then Qui-Gon, who's in disguise as one of the blue Imperial Guard, he kind of Republican guards, he unleashes his lightsaber and saves the Baroness. The Baroness does not like him, does not want him there, yells at him, said, "You fired too late. He killed my bodyguard." He's like, "Well, at least I got to you." And Obi-Wan senses that they know each other. And sure enough, 12 years ago, Qui-Gon and the Jedi failed to protect her husband from an assassination attempt, and that's where she has her beef with Qui-Gon. Well, turn around, it looks like, and by the way, right after that scene, you turn the page, and I wonder if that was a forced scene they made Ryder put in there, because there's an ad for Chancellor Valorum and a Republic, Imperial Guard or whatever they're called, a 2-part, special edition, doll, really nice toy set, 2-pack set for $69.99 from the Star Wars exclusive fan club or whatnot. And I was like, wait, because sometimes advertising does mix with the story. So did they ask Ryder Wenham to put Valorum and the Blue Guard in these scenes, in the opening scene? That's what it had to have because they wanted to throw this ad in to try to sell some of those toys. So I guess right after reading the first few pages, you went, oh, and look, now I can buy the toy and relive the adventure in my own living room. I don't know. It sounds stupid, but it was a thought. Now later on, the Baroness is going to have a change of heart, and she wants Qui-Gon to protect her. You know, she says, I was a little harsh earlier. I do want you to be my protector. Qui-Gon is very suspicious. Obi-Wan thinks that maybe she's falling for him. Qui-Gon is not amused by that. There is some banter between Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, which is kind of funny. And then it goes to her son's in trouble, so she asks Qui-Gon to go search for her son. They find the ship. It's been destroyed. They know it traces back. Well, everyone's dead when they find the crew and their son, and it traces back to Ord Mantele. Whoever did it's on Ord Mantele. So they go to Ord Mantele to kind of figure out who was the killer, right? So now we have the whole whodunit thing going on, where they're investigating a moisture farmer who then leads them to some guy called Taxer Sundown. He's supposed to be a Jedi himself. Now Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are, you know, they're doubtful that he's a Jedi, but if he is, they want to take caution. Now, this does have a nice little hook in it, because later on, Qui-Gon points out something to Obi-Wan that we as the reader should have seen at the very beginning. Now, a lot of times we just chalk it up to little plot holes, right, that fall within the story. But when the Jedi get assigned by the Baroness and they meet a hologram of the Jedi, the Dark Jedi, he goes, "Greetings, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. I've been waiting for you." And you're like, okay, yeah, he's okay, he knew they were coming. No, the thing is, he knew their names. And Qui-Gon's like, how would he know our names? And so pieces are starting to fall into place. And I like little things. I like smart writing like that. A lot of times you just chalk it up to a plot hole. We don't even think about it, right? You don't think too much into it. And then no one will remember it. But Ryder Wenham was smart enough to plant that in there to make you think about it later on. So when Qui-Gon points out to Obi-Wan, you're like, oh yeah, that did happen a couple of pages ago. Didn't question it. It turns out that he's a fraud, of course. He has this mind control device. That's how he's been controlling everyone. He's been controlling these creatures, which are just an alien species, but making them look like mindless, raging beasts that Obi-Wan cannot, he wishes they were all dead. They don't serve a purpose in this universe. And Qui-Gon snaps at him. That's the only thing I had a problem with, is that Qui-Gon usually, I mean, again, I'm going by chronological order, so reading Jude Watson, Qui-Gon would never have snapped at Obi-Wan. He would have said, Padawan, take a step back. Let's think about this. Let's think of what you just said. Now, of course, they resolve in the next panel, you know, hours later, when he comes back and says, I thought about my words, Master. They were thoughtless and everything. Well, he said, there may be hope for you yet, Obi-Wan. You know, he's proud of his Padawan for coming to that conclusion on his own. But I feel like Obi-Wan would have corrected him right then and there, but not as harshly as he did in the comic book. That's really my only gripe. Other than that, it's interesting. Oh wait, no, the ending, I forgot. So it's the Baroness all along. She was working with Taxer Sundown, and after they take out Taxer Sundown, she also has a mind control device hidden under her headdress, and she has mind controlled Council of Aurorient, and she's mining this alien species because they're really good to eat. Yikes! It takes a dark turn immediately. The last few pages are super dark. He went, why are you enslaving them? She goes, I'm not enslaving them. I'm herding them for food. Their meat is delicious. And it was like, oh my goodness. So Qui-Gon goes, wow, you know what? If I'd known you were this cunning, I'd have joined you a long time ago. Can we be on a team? And she's like, sure, let him go. Does that really work? I don't know. But anyway, so Qui-Gon's like, okay, hey, watch your steps. She goes, what do you mean? And when she looks down, Qui-Gon whoops at his lightsaber and decapitates her. What? I guess he had nothing else. He had no other option. I don't know. The ending was a little strange, like I said. A little strange. I mean, you see the head come off and everything in the shot, and I was like, I don't remember it being that dark. I mean, not that I mind a little decapitation here and there, but the ending felt, I don't know, felt a little, would she fall for that? Say, oh, so you mean you want to join me instead of fighting against me this whole time? Sure, release him so he can walk up to me with his lightsaber. Or maybe she thought the Jedi wouldn't touch him, or touch her, or whatever. And why not try to deactivate the mind control device? I don't know why it was urgent that he had to kill her before she thought of capturing them again. I don't know. That's a little, I don't know. That was a little bit of a more edgier ending than I remembered, and I don't know if it stays true to Qui-Gon's character. Either way, before all that weirdness at the end, the actual book was very enjoyable. I did like that one. It was very different from Orient Express, but when you have two different writers like that, I can't blame them. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. See you next time.